This weekend, I'll be going back out to golf again and we'll be staying the night out there. Get me 2 days worth of clothing ready. I'll have a look at what all you prepare for me later, but I want those clothes put together for me now.
What? You're going out again to golf this weekend? Well, recently you've been going out to golf quite often, right? Going out almost every weekend to not just golf, but go out for drinks and stay the night has to be burning a hole in your pocket, right?
Huh? I have the right to do whatever I want with my money without asking permission from you. It's not something you have the right to complain about, though, so shut it.
I'm well aware of that, but I do happen to be your wife, right? And as your wife, I have the right to be worried about you and your spending at times.
Shut up already. You are not my mother or anything. So cut it out with all that constant worrying about what I do with my time and money. How old do you think I am again?
I understand you don't want me commenting on everything you do, but these days we should be thinking about things like having kids. I know it doesn't seem like it now, but very soon I'm going to be in my 40s and it'll be even more scary for me to have kids. I think right now we have to start worrying about whether we want to have kids or not.
Listen here. Do you really think I want to be at home with you talking like that all the time? Seriously, shut your dang mouth and be quiet. I honestly don't know if I have it in me anymore to bother with a pretty much 40-year-old grandma like you. Huh. Wait, are you trying to get me to come home and make love to you? Ha!
Stop saying it like that, Austin. It's just that I wanted to be pregnant and have kids when I was a little bit younger. But no matter how many times I waited for you, you never do anything with me. And anytime you did, I didn't become pregnant.
Well, that's because there's some kind of problem with you. So don't start to harp on me for that. You're too old for me to impregnate you, I think. Huh.
But I already had a lot of testing done on me, and the doctor said they found nothing wrong with my uterus or eggs. In other words, that means there has to be a problem with you, which needs to be resolved. So would you please schedule an appointment with the doctor and have them test you to see if there is something wrong?
Huh? There's no way a man like myself has anything wrong with them. I've never had any issues with my body, and they're not going to start appearing now. If someone as healthy as myself just all of a sudden had an issue, then I'd be screwed. I'd never be able to find any woman who'd want to be with me either.
But Austin, there's no other reason for why we haven't had any luck.
I guess this just means that you and I are not meant to be. And now that we're on this subject, I'm going to tell you how I feel. I kind of hate having you around in my life.
What?
I just can't stand being with an old woman who can't even get pregnant anymore like you. I mean, if I don't find someone else soon, then I'm going to have no chances of passing my genetics on, right? I just can't deal with you any longer.
In other words, you mean...
I'm saying I want to get a divorce. I've been telling you for a very long time now that I want 1 or 2 little brats running around my house, right? But so far, while I've been with you, that dream has not come true. I want to get away from you as soon as possible now.
No way, Austin. How can you say something like that so easily?
Anyway, I'll be bringing some divorce papers home with me tonight. That'll be after I have a couple of drinks, so I won't be home until later tonight. Please think about what you're going to do without me.
What? You're going out for drinks again? You told me earlier that today you'd be needing dinner made.
Is that so? Well, I was asked to go out for drinks last minute, so it sucks to be you now.
I guess it does. It does suck to be me. All right then, come home safe later tonight, Austin.
Long time no see, am I right? Have you been doing alright on your own? You're in your 40s now, correct? Have you been having a good time as a single hag after I threw you out?
Austin, what now? Why are you texting me again now, of all times? Is there something you need from me?
Actually, I was thinking about inviting a woman like you to my wedding soon. Ah, about that. I found myself a really good woman to get married to. That's why I was thinking I'd want my ex to be there to celebrate my happiness with my new wife.
Huh? Why do you think that someone like me would want to go to your wedding to celebrate you getting married to someone else?
Now, don't think about it too hard. You have to remember that I never divorced you because I came to hate you or anything like that. You and I both had our reasons for why a divorce had to happen, right? But now that I've been thinking about you, we haven't really seen one another for the past 3 years. And that got me thinking about how, if it wasn't for you leaving me, I would never had a chance with this woman. That's why I really want you to come out and see my wedding.
Whatever you say.
I already sent you an invitation and everything. I made sure to send it to your parents' house, so go and get it for me. Now, that's all I really had to say today.
Don't just start assuming that I'm going to be coming to your wedding or anything. Hey, Austin.
I can't believe you actually came out to see my wedding. I was just inviting you as a way of getting a few laughs, but you actually decided to show up? Infertile broad, who ended up getting thrown out by a good-looking guy like me, actually came here today?
Excuse me? What kind of reaction is that? Is that really how you've thought of me all this time? I had a little bit of faith in you, thinking that you'd actually changed some, and that's why I was sort of looking forward to today. But of course, the only thing that's changed about you is your age, yet inside you're still some undisciplined child.
What the heck? Gonna cry like a sore loser now or something? I'm sure that it hurts for you to see that I'm getting married to a cute little woman now. Now, when it comes to you, what happened? Are you not completely embarrassed to be coming into this wedding with that fat old gut of yours?
What did you just say to me? This is what happens during the later half of a woman's pregnancy.
What? The later half? Are you actually pregnant right now? Wait.
That's what I'm saying, Austin. Did you actually think a gut like this was from something besides me carrying a baby?
What? But you're supposed to be infertile, right? How could someone who's supposed to be infertile be carrying a baby now?
Like I told you 3 years ago, there were never any problems with me. You remember that, right? The doctor literally told me that there was nothing wrong and that you were the one that needed to get tested next. I even brought home the papers proving that there was nothing wrong with me to you. The one who seems to have the problem is you, Austin.
No freaking way. Are you really not pulling my leg right now? Wait, does this mean you had a boyfriend that whole time?
I've had one ever since you and I divorced. And now he is my very wonderful husband. Ever since I left you, he and I have been a thing, and every time we talk about you, he tells me I made the right choice getting away from you. He happens to stay home with me from time to time, instead of always going out to golf and stay at hotels. And when he doesn't need dinner, he tells me he doesn't need it. And when he does, guess what? He tells me he needs it, almost as though he's an adult instead of some demanding child. He also happens to do a lot of the chores himself instead of asking me to do them for him. I'm also working now, so we've made sure to split up responsibilities back at home. Compared to how things were when I was married to you, he's like an angel sent down to me from heaven.
Hold it right there. There's way too much going on here now. So, you got married to another man and have not been infertile this whole time? You married the man you dated right after I kicked you out? And that means that this time you really are in your later half of being pregnant? In other words, you really are not infertile.
Jesus Christ, that's what I've been telling you all along. The only one that seems to have a problem with their fertility is you, Austin.
There's no way! That means that my chances of having a little brat?
Well, let's just say it'll be very difficult for you to have one. Had you gone to the hospital back when I told you to in order to start working on fixing things, you might have had a better chance. But you're getting up there in age now as well, which means things like your testosterone and sperm count have dwindled away. I think it's honestly too late for you to go out and get any sort of treatment now for that.
No way! There's no way that something like this could be happening!
I know that today is the day of your second wedding, but I had to break the news to you again somehow. Well, that's just the way things are now. Or have been for a long time now. At the very least, you can just forget about what I said today and enjoy your wedding in denial, right?
Oh, what am I gonna do? What am I supposed to do about this? There's no way I'm gonna be able to recover from this.
I'm sorry that I had to tell you some of the most awful news here and now. I can see that the truth is really taking your attention away from your bride, too. But this doesn't make you any less of a man than you were before, right? So get out there and give that woman the wedding she's probably been dreaming of. So, your new wife, she's pregnant? Oh. When she gave that announcement in front of all her guests, everyone gasped. The only person that seemed to be in any immense shock was you, Austin. So, does that make you feel any better now?
What do you think? What do you think all of that means for me? Do you think I should really be happy right now? Or afraid of what the truth is?
Well, I think you should be extremely happy with that news. You've always been saying how much you've wanted a little brat running around your house, right? Well, now your wife is pregnant and you'll have a child running around your house all day and night. Your dream will finally be coming true for you, right?
Are you serious right now? Do you think that the baby she's carrying right now is really going to be mine?
I'm not sure about that, but it's most likely not yours, Austin. How about you head to the hospital right now and have one of the doctors there tell you if that's the case or not?
But if I'm really infertile like you said I am, then that means... How could my wife have gotten pregnant then? How?
Right. That's going to become a real mystery for you then, right? No matter what the answer might be, at least you're married to her now and will have a child of your own. I understand what kind of worries you have about this, but had you just gone to the hospital when I told you to, this would be less traumatizing, I'm sure. At the moment, everything is like a mystery to you, though, right? You have no clue if you're completely infertile or if it just took you this long to finally get someone pregnant. I can't believe that just happened, though. Really, the only person that knows would be your wife herself, right?
How dare you have fun talking about this when I'm in pure agony?
What? Do I look like I'm having fun talking about this right now? Well, I suppose I have always been pretty forward when expressing my feelings to others. If that's how I really seem to you, then I must be having fun. Sorry about that, Austin.
I knew it! I'm over here literally questioning my life right now with serious regret. And you're...
To be quite frank about all of this, you've got what you deserved. I mean, look, isn't this the fruit you asked to bear? When I was married to you, I asked you so many times to go to the doctor and have yourself checked out, yet you never once listened to me. You always told me that there was no way a big and healthy man like you could be infertile, and that it just had to be me, even though I was tested negative 7 times. And then, after kicking me out of your house for no good reason at all, you went out and found yourself a new woman who has just told you she's pregnant, which can't be possible if she was only having sex with you, right?
Don't even say things like that.
I want you to accept your reality now and suffer through it like I had to. What? Are you serious? You're telling me that his wife most likely got pregnant from another man and told everyone she was pregnant right after they got married? In other words, Austin had no clue she'd been cheating on him and was letting another man raw dog her? I cannot believe that she went and told everyone she was pregnant with such confidence at her own wedding. You made it sound like both the bride and groom are complete idiots now. That's all insane, right? I had no clue when I was going to be able to stop laughing after she announced that news to everyone. I was literally going to pee myself at least 5 times there because of the amount of laughter I had to hold in. I'm sure. If I were there, I probably would have burst out laughing and made a complete fool of myself. That man really caused you all kinds of heartache when you were married to him, so I'm glad to hear that he's finally getting what's been coming for him. Oh, how the cookie crumbles, am I right? Honestly, I hope there's much more drama to come from that total jerk. Same here, same here. I honestly hope for the same thing as well. For a long time while married to him, he really stressed me the hell out and would always talk about me like I was the problem in our marriage. I suppose it's time he gets a taste of his own medicine and has to figure a way out of the hell he's gotten himself into. That's what I think. Same here. By the way, I hear that the lady he got married to might know you. So, you recognize her name at all? What? I don't know her. At least I don't remember her if I ever did know her before. Well, something just seems a little off about her is all. Like, things don't add up completely, and that Austin may have perhaps been around her a lot longer than you might think. Perhaps while you both were still married? Wait, what do you mean? Don't worry about it for now. I can take a look into all of that on my own for you. I wouldn't want you having to deal with that drama anymore since you already had a fun time at the wedding. What? Are you sure? I owe you one after all. Back when I was having trouble with my super toxic ex, you came in to make sure that I was all right and that I got the divorce I wanted. Because of you, I was able to get away from him, and that's why I want to help you out now. What happened back then doesn't even matter to me now. I'm happy to hear that you want to repay the favor, but come on now, Casey. But if I help you now, then we'll be even again, right? Well, I'm going to look into things whether you want me to or not, so don't bother trying to stop me. If I figure out anything juicy about those two, I'll let you know. Honestly, I'm not really sure what all you're going on about right now. I guess I'll let you have your fun now, and if I find out anything else about them, I'll give you a text. Austin, how are you hanging in there? Have you figured out whose baby it is that your wife is carrying around yet?
What do you want? Aw, it's you, Bessie. What is it? Are you back to get a few more laughs in before you go?
Wow. If you're acting like that right now, then I suppose something bad has happened. So what is it? Did you really end up finding out that her baby is from another guy? Come on, Austin, don't keep me waiting any longer.
Shut your damn mouth already. You're right. What you told me about her and that baby was right. She made that baby with another man, and I'm now in complete shock now because of it. This is literally the worst pain I've felt in a very long time. Why do I, of all people, have to be going through something as crazy as this? Tell me, what the hell did I do to deserve all of this?
Well, perhaps this is karma coming back to haunt you now after all the hell you put me through before. I mean, all you could do back when we were trying for a kid was say that you had nothing wrong with yourself and that I was the whole problem. And then, while I was always at home doing everything around the house for us, you were out playing around and having fun. I don't think what's happening to you right now is that crazy at all.
What the hell? Why do you have to say all that of this about me now? I was a very good husband, wasn't I?
Absolutely frickin' not. You always struck your wife down for trying her best to think about why she wasn't able to get pregnant. And on days you had to work, you'd stay out really late getting completely smashed on hard liquor, only to come home looking like you'd just been in a bar fight and crash into the bed after calling me horrible things. Then, whenever it would be the weekend, you'd spend your time golfing and staying at hotels, never choosing to do anything with your wife. You'd always choose what times you wanted to be home by and would never tell me if you wanted me to make you dinner or not. And this was all going on while I had a job of my own.
That was all... I'm sure things like that may have happened back then.
Oh, that's right. Recently, I've started finally understanding something about then.
What the hell is it? What else do you have to say to me? Just tell me what the hell you want with me and then go. Do you have any more fun to pick at me?
You think I do? Well, if that's how you think I'm going to go about things here, then allow me. I'd like you to pay up, bud.
What? What do you mean by that?
That woman you're married to right now, you've been dating her for a very long time now, right? Well, I found out the exact time you guys started to date one another, and that was back when you and I were still married. I know about everything now, Austin.
Huh? What are you talking about right now? I was never dating her back when you were my wife. Stop trying to make me into someone I'm obviously not.
I'm not trying to make you into that someone because you already are them. Seems that your wife has a thing or two wrong with her head that has really worked in my favor. After looking into her a little bit, it wasn't hard at all for me to find out the truth. Honestly, I'm not even sure she was attempting to hide what she was doing from anyone else. Perhaps she didn't think that she was doing anything wrong at the time?
Huh? Tell me, what the hell is this about?
Your wife has been posting a lot of things on her Instagram about the both of you ever since you guys started dating. And I mean a lot. And after having a look at some of the oldest things she posted of the two of you together, I realized it was during the time we were married. And that right there sealed the deal for me that you had been cheating on me with her.
Huh? Are you seriously? Are you serious right now?
Yes, of course I am. She did a very good job uploading all sorts of pictures of you both back when you first started dating. And one of her comments states, "I just stole someone's husband." And what are all these nice resorts the both of you were staying at during the weekends you said you were out golfing? After looking through all the dates that those were posted on, I knew just what you'd been up to. You were never out playing golf with any of your colleagues from work. In other words, you had been lying to me that whole time about what you were up to, right?
You looked into all those details?
Yes, as it was very easy thanks to what your wife was posting about back then. And this was all done with the help of my friend, who just so happens to be a pro investigator. And she made sure to help me find all of the best evidence that she could so that I could have a wonderful case brought against you in court. I think that pretty soon here I'd love to get in touch with a lawyer and talk about everything I have in store for you.
Hold your horses, Bessie! Can't you tell that you'd be taking things way too far by doing all of this to me? All of that crap from the past now? So just leave it be and leave me the hell alone. I'm already having the worst time of my life, so you coming in to finish me off with a settlement would literally end me.
And so what?
Huh?
I had to spend years upon years of my life living in a house where my husband would tell me I'm infertile, while I was just trying to have the kids you wanted, only to have you start leaving me at home all alone every week, making me feel even more lonely and unloved. And any time I tried to say anything to you, you'd call me an old hag and tell me to get out of your way because that was the life you chose to live, and that I had no say in it. At first I was thinking you went out to play golf all the time in order to catch a break and breathe for a bit, but instead, you were out with another woman. I had my time with you taken away by a much younger and prettier girl than me, who you loved the most. I had no idea that was what was happening behind my back, though, and instead had to just sit at home alone, worried to death about our marriage. If you can't give me money in return for what you did to me, then can you please give me all that time of mine you wasted?
I'm sorry, all right? But I had no other choice at the time, all right? When it comes to men, having someone young and good-looking coming up to you is like our kryptonite. I had no other choice but to start going out with her.
If you think that's a problem that all men face and that you're forgiven because of that, then there are plenty of meaningless laws within this country now, aren't there? Or perhaps that means all men are less than human because they can't seem to control their impulses? Well, if that's the case, then how about us women put you all in zoos so that you can no longer go out and cheat on us anymore?
Since when have you had the ability to say all these aggressive things to me? The Bessie I knew and loved was always so quiet and kind to me. Does this mean that the man you're with now is teaching you to act out like that?
No, you frickin' bastard! I am a mother now. Which means that in order to protect my children, I have had to grow stronger and more defensive. Man, was it the right choice leaving such a pile of crap like you when I was given the chance. Had I stayed married to you and by some miracle ended up getting pregnant and having a child, it would have been hell for me to have to both raise them and deal with your constant BS all the time.
Hey, hold on there, Bessie. I get it now. So could you please calm down? I'm the one in complete shock right now and could very well have a heart attack at any moment. When you start saying things as hurtful as that about me, do you think I'm going to have a way to answer back?
I don't give a damn about what condition you're in now. If you understand how serious I am about all of this now, then pay the damn settlement. You're the one who can't even get a woman pregnant, right? Then at the very least help a family that can have children by paying them some good old moolah. Right now is the time to pay for what you've done in the past.
I'm sorry, okay? I am apologizing for all of it, okay?
And everything you did was things that no simple apology can take care of, idiot. You really had a great time taking advantage of me while also tearing me down. It's my turn to tear you down now, so take it on the chin like I did back then, unless you're saying that you're a wimp. I hope that this will make you lose everything and force your sorry ass to have to start back over from zero again. Just when I was assuming that Austin would completely lose it and start going off on me for what I had been saying, he went quiet. And the one thing he said to me was that he'd pay that settlement I had asked for. I'm sure that he was very much weakened after learning that the child his wife had was not his at all and another man's. But I still very much wanted that settlement for what he'd done to me, and there was no stopping that from happening. He later would come to me on his hands and knees begging for forgiveness, but I do not care what happens to him after that money arrives. After Austin went and paid off the settlement and left his wife, who had cheated on him, he ran off and has been living off the grid now. I'm sure that he's mentally unstable right now after everything that happened to him, but like I've been saying, all of it was well deserved after what he'd done to me. So I don't think there is a single person who feels bad for the sucker. As for myself, I just gave birth to a cute little boy that my husband blessed me with, and having to watch over him all the time has completely taken my mind off Austin. I'm now finally enjoying that happiness that all the other mothers had always been telling me about, and I can't wait to see what the future offers with my wonderful little family. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. It's a joke that a high school dropout loser like you would want to be coming to my wedding now, right? Sorry, but if you were serious about that, you're not allowed to come. Ray? What are you talking about right now? I understand that that's your wedding and all, but that also happens to be my older brother's wedding, and I plan to be there for him. He's already invited me to it himself and said that he has someone special there he'd like me to meet with. Now, the fact that you just started to call me a loser for being a high school dropout as well is a bit... Well, let's just say I don't like you calling me that, okay? So how about you leave me be and just ignore the fact that I'll be there with my brother's guests? Oh, you don't like that? Does it really matter, though, what a high school dropout loser likes and doesn't like? I'm sure you don't even understand those feelings you have anyway. Honestly, it's too crazy that someone in this day and age never graduated from high school even. I guess your parents really gave up on you, didn't they? I can't even begin to comprehend how the little sister of a doctor like Grayson ended up being you. It really makes me wonder what went through your parents' minds at the time. I can see you're having a ball there talking without getting any reactions from me. But, Ray, you do realize that I am much older than you, right? I know that you're my brother's fiancé right now, but in terms of who's had more experience on this earth, it's me. So at the very least, you should just be a little bit more considerate of what all I've had to go through. And I mean that very seriously. We're supposed to become family pretty soon here once you've married Grayson, yet the way you're treating me right now leaves a lot to be desired. To be frank, I'm a bit worried about how things will play out for you. Great point. You are, in fact, 6 years older than me, right? And what I've heard is that you're that age, yet you still haven't gone back to get a GPD and are just running around freelancing and doing nothing else. Are you not embarrassed to be like that? Well, I never said that I'm a freelancer right now. I just got back to the US and will be here for a little bit, so since I haven't been having to work at all lately, I've been picking up some odd jobs to keep myself busy. And soon I'll be heading away again to go back to my actual job. Well, that all doesn't really matter to me anyway. All I really care to say here is that a lowlife like yourself will not fit in well at my wedding. How about you think about the kind of person you are before making your next move? I'm sure that even Grayson wants you to start thinking about who you are to everybody else more. You think he does? I'm not sure that's the case, but it was him who invited me out to his wedding in the first place. That was just him being kind, right? I'm sure that since he's your family, he thought that he had to do that, or else he'd be making himself look bad to the rest of the family, right? Grayson is just a really nice guy. I really don't think that's why he invited me. If it really is the case that you don't want me coming to your wedding at all, then, well, I guess I have no other choice, do I? But I'm going to talk with my brother about that first before I make my final choice. The whole reason I want to be at your wedding is for the sake of my brother and nobody else. Have you still not come around to realizing that my happiness only comes when Grayson is happy? Of course you haven't, because you're just an idiot who knows nothing at all. You say that you're older than me, yet I feel bad that your brain doesn't develop alongside the rest of you. This is the first time I've ever been slandered so much by another person who I barely even know. I can tell that talking with you isn't getting us anywhere, so I'll be going. I'll go and have a talk with my older brother, and then after that, I'll see what I decide to do. About your wedding, it's still all right if I come to it, right? I just had a talk with Ray, and she doesn't really seem to think too highly of me.
What? Why not? What all did she say to you as her reason why? And as for the wedding, it's meant for my family. So of course it's still alright that you come.
I've always noticed that Ray has had something against me, but recently it seems that her hatred towards me is only growing stronger and stronger. And I'm thinking that because she'll be married to you now, she wants to get rid of me entirely. It seems that she has this misconception of me, all because I'm a high school dropout.
Does she feel that way because you never ended up getting the equivalent of a high school diploma before working? I've already explained to her that you didn't go to school in the US, so the system was different. But I guess she's always said she understood me and never said anything bad about you.
Well, that's just the kind of person she is. She wants to make you happy, and she knows that making poor comments about me would upset you. If you think I'm going to get in the way of things at your wedding, I'm more than happy not to come. I'll celebrate with you in another way. How does that sound to you?
What are you talking about? Aren't you wanting to meet with the hospital's owner?
That's right. Fred's going to be there.
Well, of course he's going to be there, since he's my boss and wants to celebrate with me. You rarely ever get to come see me, so I wanted to make sure that the both of you could meet at my wedding. He already said to me that he's looking forward to it. It seems like he has a lot of things he'd like to ask and talk about with you.
Is that so? Then I guess there's no way I can miss out on that wedding of yours.
Everything Ray has been saying to you is just one big misconception of you. I'll make sure to go and set her out straight. Don't worry about her. I want you to be at my wedding, no matter what.
I wonder if Ray will really be willing to listen to what you say to her.
I'm sure it's not wrong for you to wonder that. Anyhow, I want you at my wedding. Not only as my little sister, but for the sake of meeting with my boss.
Understood. If you're asking me that much, then I guess there's no way I can say no. Then I'll see you on your wedding day. And while I'm there, I'll make sure to keep some distance from Ray as to not start anything that would ruin the day. I've actually been really looking forward to this wedding of yours. You found your seat, right? So if you're really wanting to stick around to watch the whole wedding, then that's the seat you're going to have to sit in. I think that seat is perfect for you. Ray, what is going on here exactly? From what I've seen, my seat is the only one outside the room you'll be having your wedding in. This has to be some kind of joke or prank, right? It's not some joke, though, and not a prank. Even the lady at the front desk was surprised when she realized the location of my seat. Are you not embarrassed to have done something as petty as this to me? Don't you think that this is a little bit too childish of a thing to do for someone your age? Say whatever you'd like about it, you high school dropout. I do not want someone like you getting in the way of my wedding with an elite doctor. And since you still could not understand what I wanted, I did the best I could to get you to understand that today. All of those warnings I gave to you, and yet you still came waltzing in here like there was no problems in sight. Really, aren't you embarrassed by the way you've been acting? I'm not ashamed at all of what I've done. But if that's all you still have to say to me, then my only option really is to leave this place. Are you okay with me not attending your wedding today? I want you out of here right now. An elite doctor doesn't need some kind of sad excuse for a little sister like you anymore when he'll have me now. But hey, can you at least thank me for getting a seat set up for you? Did you come to the wedding of 2 doctors in hopes of finding yourself a man? Excuse me? As far as I know, you're not a doctor, right? Only Grayson is. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to understand what that meant, being someone without a high school diploma. I work as a doctor's assistant in the hospital, and that means I have a history working as a doctor. Huh? I've made sure that you have a seat out in the hallway so that you can enjoy the sounds of our wedding if you want. Appreciate the fact that I'm even letting trash like you into the same building as 2 doctors' wedding.
Who do you think you are saying that to her?
What? That was just my brother, and it seems that the hospital's owner saw what you've been trying to do to me. Huh? The hospital's owner? Who are you talking about? I'm pretty sure you'll figure that out here pretty soon. Now I'll be going. Tell everyone that I was forced to go home by you. And I'll let my brother know that I'm leaving now too. I'm sure that you'll be regretting everything really quick here, but that's none of my concern now. Please enjoy whatever's going to be left of your wedding today. That's even if you can still have one. Willow, where are you right now? Answer your phone right now. No, just get back to my wedding. What's that? Why are you talking like nothing crazy just happened between you and I? I thought that we both came to the conclusion that I couldn't be at your wedding anymore after what you said and did to me. You think I really enjoyed having to look at my phone as you went off on me about not having a high school diploma and that I'm not good enough to be around my brother? I'm sorry, but that all really hurt me and will not go away now just because you want me back there so badly. That's not what I'm talking about right now. Things have changed. So could you please come back here right now for me? I'll apologize for whatever I said to you earlier. It's too late for your apologies now, Ray. What? Why is it too late? Don't say things like that to me. You think you have the right to tell me when I can and cannot forgive you? After you just kicked me out of your wedding in such a way that even shocked my brother and the hospital's owner? calling me a lowlife all because I never graduated from high school. You acted in such a way in front of people like Fred that even he no longer wants anything to do with you. And now my brother is pissed off at you for all of that, right? But Willow, I didn't think that old geezer would actually turn out to be Grayson's boss. What was that? Aren't you starting to work for the hospital as well now? Yet you still don't recognize the man that runs and owns the hospital? When I interviewed for my position, I never met with the owner. So of course I was never going to know about him. I give up then. You really wanted to work for a hospital like that with that kind of lacking enthusiasm? Well, it's not like that has anything to do with me now. And from what I've heard, it sounds like Fred has had enough of you as well. And my brother is very, very upset with you right now, is he not? What the hell is going on here? Why the hell do you, of all people, know Grayson's boss so well? Well, that's because I was part of the surgery team that went in and helped with Fred's brain surgery. You're lying, right? Then that means everything they were just talking about is true. You heard about this from Grayson? Or did Fred come up to you and explain his relationship to me? I don't really care who you heard it from, really. Just know that it's the truth. I know that you've been calling me a high school dropout loser all the time, but that right there is a very huge and upsetting misconception on your part. My brother never said anything to you about me being a loser for the path I've chosen, because the only thing he's told you is that since middle school, I've studied overseas. Wait, sure, I heard all of that from him, but that means your last bit of education within the States was from middle school, right? In other words, that means you never graduated from high school, right? Are you kidding me? You thought that just automatically meant I dropped out of high school and did nothing with my life? Why would I ever have a reason for doing that? After I came back from studying in Europe, I came back to the States and made sure to test for the licensing that I've needed. Which means you've never had the right to make fun of me or treat me like I'm worthless, like you've been doing this entire time. I'm sure it's too late to be learning about this now, though, right? If you did graduate from high school, then you could have been at the wedding, had you just told me the truth. And had you just listened to what I was saying and listened to what my brother was saying, neither of us ever said that I dropped out of high school and never got a diploma or anything. You were the one that just chose to ignore the both of us and make up your own story for me so that you could make fun of me, right? I'm so sorry about that. Look, I just apologized to you, right? Right? So things are okay now, right? I had no idea, all right? I never thought that you, of all people, became a surgeon, a brain surgeon at that. Had I known that I would have never done any of those things to you. This was all just a misunderstanding on our parts, okay? Now, forgive me. The thing is, though, this isn't a problem where I can just forgive you and everything will go away, right? I am over dealing with someone as self-centered as you. I have nothing else that I want to talk with you about over the phone, and I sure do not want to see your face again. To tell you the truth, I'm happy you made this decision for us. Don't say something like that, please. You and I are supposed to become family now, right? I'll apologize for all the things I'd been making fun of you for before, okay? Let's just change the way we think of one another and have you come back to this wedding, okay? If you don't come back here soon, Grayson said he'll have this whole wedding canceled. The hospital's owner has already left and gone home. But as long as you come back here, I'm sure everything will be just fine. As sisters-in-law, let's both you and I start to behave well with one another, okay? Okay? No thanks. Why won't you come here? I am asking you with every ounce of my body here. It doesn't matter how much you beg me to come back. I don't care about you anymore. I like to think that this helped my brother finally come to an understanding of things as well. And he's going to rethink a lot of things now regarding him and you. What? Rethink things regarding him and I? What do you mean? He and I are already technically married, so there's nothing he needs to rethink now, right? There have been a lot of things about you that I've brought up to Grayson that I've said are very strange. And that's led to him hold off on handing in your marriage papers, all right? What? Huh? What are you talking about right now? This is the first time I'm hearing about this. So you're saying that Grayson is still not gone and handed in our marriage papers to the courthouse? But he and I are living with one another now. I'm pretty sure, knowing my brother, he's explained all of this to you once before. He's not the kind of person that you are, where he'd just go do everything without talking to anyone about it first. And from what he told me before today, he was going to hold off on handing in any of the official documents until after the wedding had finished and he got a proper read of you. What? He talked about something like that? Grayson's told me that a lot of the times that he comes up to talk with you, you just sit there on your phone and never even look him in the eyes. Is that true? Perhaps that's the reason you never hear about anything he says to you about the more important things in your relationship. He found the way you behaved rather strange and, quite frankly, rude. And it was because of the way you acted with him that he wanted to wait and see what happened at the wedding. What do you think about giving up on marrying him now? Huh? You think I should just give up now? We're already at our wedding now, so there's no way we can say that. The fact that you're trying to ruin our marriage now is just the worst. I don't think I'm getting in the way of your marriage to Grayson. It's just that after all the things you've done, your best bet is to stop thinking about becoming Grayson's wife. By the way, you're the only one to blame for all of this. But there's no way our marriage is not going to happen, right? I've already gone and told everyone that I'm going to become the wife of a doctor. If I'm embarrassed this badly by you all, then my parents will be finally forced to disown me. If you're embarrassed? So you're not already embarrassed by everything you've done today? I guess you just don't get it, do you? Today you went and embarrassed your fiancé, Grayson. It wouldn't really matter if it was the other way around, since you're neither a doctor nor someone with a lot of worth. But my brother Grayson, he's the head doctor of that hospital and has a lot of people that rely on him and his image. Yet now everyone knows about how his bride went and did something terrible in front of his boss, in front of that hospital's owner. Do you still plan to embarrass my brother more or something? I told you I didn't know he was the owner of the hospital. If I'm not able to marry Grayson, then I'm going to be in huge trouble, okay? We already work within the same hospital, so things would sour there. And I've already went and bragged about how I'm going to become a doctor's wife to everyone. And like I was saying, you're not even married to him yet. I think this just goes to show that you have less common sense than most high school dropouts do. Anyways, making fun of me for being one when A, I never was one, and B, you're much worse than one. Now how about you stop trying to keep things going with Grayson before you embarrass him even more? But I will not allow this wedding and our marriage to not happen. You and the owner of the hospital have nothing to do with our marriage, right? This marriage is just between Grayson and I. If you really think that this marriage is going to end now, then it has to happen at the hands of Grayson himself. And if he really does choose to do that, then I'm going to get a settlement from him for ruining my life. What's that? A settlement? Absolutely. I've had to go through all this hell, and I shouldn't have had to go through any more because of my own fiancé, right? And if this wedding is really canceled and Grayson calls off the plans of marrying me, I'll have every right of getting one. And I'm getting it from you because of all the crap you've done to me that caused this. I knew it. I knew something like this might end up happening with someone as dumb as you. Ray, this pretty much means that you've not learned one thing about what you've done wrong today then, right? I haven't done anything wrong. I get that I just apologized to you, but that was just a lie on my part to try and get you to come back here. Yet you're still not coming back, and because that's going to cause this wedding to be canceled, I'm going to make you pay for the damages. Make sure you pay me every single penny I ask for. I think that my brother and I wouldn't have any issues paying you a settlement, but it's not going to be him or I that have to pay a settlement, but you, right? Huh? What are you talking about? Why do you think that I'd have to pay for anything? I'm the one that's about to lose my wedding and marriage. I'm going to get my money from you both. And then after that, you will be going to my parents apologizing for what you've done to me. You're the one who should be apologizing, though. Is this some kind of a childish joke? What do you mean by that? Man, people like you, Ray. You really thought that you could get this far without someone learning about how you've cheated on my brother and stolen money from his wallet? What? Hold on a second. What was that? Stop trying to make up lies about me now, all right? I'm going to sue you for trying to defame me next if you keep that up, you frickin' lowlife. If I'm a lowlife, then what does that make you? Are you considered a monster or something? Or are you worse than a simple monster? My brother has known for a while now that you've probably been with someone besides him. But we were both hoping that with the wedding coming up, you'd stop going out with that other man. My brother's been told a lot lately that he's getting older now and should be getting married soon. So he didn't want to have to break up with you and find someone else and took his chances. I haven't been cheating on him. Wasting your time telling that to me won't get you anywhere. All I'm saying is that my brother knows about what you've been up to, so you should talk with him about your predicament now. That also means that you have no right to a settlement from him since you've been with another man while dating him and have been stealing his money. If anything, he has the right to get a settlement from you if he wants to do so. Sure, he and I might have been trying our best to not worry about what you were up to while engaged, but today you show that there's really no point in being married to you, so now he can fight back and put you in the ground. I never stole anything from him either. I would never do any of those things. Like I said, there's no reason to be wasting your time telling me all those things, as I'm not the victim. You should be saying that to my brother, but it most likely won't do anything there either, since he's a whole lot smarter than you. It's funny to think about your way of thinking. This whole time, my brother's been taking good care of you while you've cheated on him and taken his money. Then come the day that we tell you we've found out and that your chances of marrying him are gone, you want to get a settlement to sue? I think with the sloppily put together boat that you're in, you should stop trying to rock it so much. But Grayson never said anything to me about how he knew all along. That's because my brother is very kind and was still in love with you even though you were actively harming him. What? So he was in love with me that whole time? I never wanted to have him leave me. Oh, but now it's too late to try and win him back. Is it too late? It's very late now. I'm happy to hear that you finally started to realize that, but you've already gone and taken things way too far with all of this. So I'm not really sure what will happen to you next. I just think that if you go out looking for another man as nice as my brother, you're going to be looking for a needle in a haystack. Now, I have to go. From now on, you'd better stop making things up about other people's education just so that you can pick on them all you want.
I'm sorry about what happened a few days ago. Things got really crazy then. I think I can get in touch with my boss and set up a dinner for us to all go to and have the talk he'd been wanting to have.
I'm fine after all that, but can the same be said for you, Grayson? Have things between you and Ray really calmed down at all since then?
Ray finally got around to realizing all the wrongs she'd committed, and even came to me apologizing for them all.
What? Ray can actually do something as adult-like as that?
But I made it very clear to her that something like marriage between her and I could never happen. So I told her to leave me. And I told her I would not be getting a settlement from her.
Is that so? Well, that sounds like something only someone as kind as you could do.
I'm really thankful that you helped me realize all the horrible things about Ray there last minute. The next time you make a trip back to the States, I'd love to have you come and work for us.
I'm still unsure about moving back to the States long term, though. Grayson, for the time being, please take care of yourself. Make sure that you don't end up being used by someone again because of your kindness.
I know. I think I'm going to be putting most of my focus into my work again.
I'm going to start doing the same thing. Then, let's both do our best. Have a great time back at work, Dr. Grayson. See you then. In the end, any talks about still getting married vanished, and that job Ray had only started working in the hospital was ended as well. Surprisingly, Ray actually learned her lesson after all of that and has gone over to my mom and dad's house plenty of times now to show them just how sorry she is. I think she's finally starting to see just how nice and rare of a man my brother is. And that's why every time she comes over to their house apologizing, she asks them about him and if he'd ever be willing to take her back. But of course that is never going to be happening, as my brother is completely ignoring her now, just like I had been wanting him to do all along. I've heard that after the wedding failed and Ray had to leave Grayson's house, her parents both did exactly as she was saying they'd do and disowned her. They didn't do it because she couldn't get married to a doctor, though, but because of the fact that she had done so many terrible things to him and I, even though they scolded her plenty back when she was in high school for acting that way with men. I'm not sure what she's going to do with her life now, but considering that my brother never forced her to pay him a settlement or anything, that man she cheated on him with should still be around, right? Maybe it's time she went and married him instead, since she thought that he was worth cheating on a doctor for in the first place. As for myself and Fred, the owner of that hospital, we did go out for dinner with my brother before I left, but after being asked if I'd like to come and work at his hospital again, I had to explain to him that it wasn't going to happen yet. You see, I have this man that I met in Europe, and things have been going so well between us that I might just stay there for the rest of my life with him. But I haven't explained that to anyone in my family yet because I want to make sure he's really the right man for me, so that we can avoid another incident like this last one. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey, Molly. I, the kindest big sister on the whole planet, have decided to give you a birthday present. Huh? What are you talking about, Tilly? My birthday was months ago. So what? You should just be grateful that a gorgeous, stunning, beautiful specimen of a human being like me wants to give you something. I get that you're fat and ugly, but are you really so warped that you're incapable of expressing gratitude for your big sister's kindness? Wow, you act like you're actually going to give me something valuable. Admit it, the only time you ever give me presents is when you want to get rid of something you don't want. What piece of junk is it this time? Is that a crime? Anyway, just because something might be junk to me doesn't mean it won't be valuable to my fat, ugly cave troll of a sister. Our standards are different, you know. My trash is your treasure. The world's been unfair enough on you as it is, what with your traffic accident of a face. I think the least you deserve is a little present every now and then. Wow, you never cease to amaze me, Tilly. You seriously have the most twisted personality of anyone I've ever met. Oh, quit being so bitter, would you? Jealousy ain't attractive. Anyway, about this year's birthday present, it's finally time for the big reveal. Are you ready? I can now reveal I found you an ugly guy to marry. Excuse me? Like I just said, I'm gonna give you someone to marry. You'll finally have a man in your life. Isn't that great? No. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? Is this some kind of joke? Your wedding's the day after tomorrow. Are you talking about giving me your husband? What does that even mean? I get that you might be experiencing a case of the wedding blues, but still, there are some things you shouldn't joke about. Nope, no jokes. I am dead serious. Believe me, I've never been more serious about anything in my life. This fat loser is the perfect match for an obese cave troll like yourself. Trust me. You're gonna be so happy together. I just know it. You're the one who chose him after going to that marriage agency. I thought you liked him and were happy together. You need to take responsibility for your own decisions. Geez, you really have no sense of humility or gratitude, do you? It looks like your personality is just as ugly as your face. Accept your damn present already. I'm not interested, Tilly. You need to go and get your head checked out if you think this is normal behavior. You're so funny when you get mad. Poking fun at you has been one of my favorite pastimes ever since we were kids. Tilly, where are you right now? There you are. I was wondering how long that would take. All right, it's time for the quiz. Fingers on your buzzers. Tell me, Molly, where do you think I am right now? Huh? Quiz? Allow me to repeat the question since you seem to be unable to read simple English. Where do you think I am right now? Quit screwing around. This isn't funny. Do you have any idea how badly everyone is panicking because of you? Also, do you have any idea what time it is? It's your freaking wedding day tomorrow. Wow, you are so boring. I thought ugly girls were supposed to have fun personalities. You must be the exception to the rule. Mom won't stop messaging me asking if you came to my house. She's worried that you might have gotten into an accident and for some reason is blaming me for your disappearance. This isn't a laughing matter, Tilly. Gee, sis, you really are a moron. Why do you care about Mom harping on? She's always like that, for crying out loud. Tilly, you need to hurry up and go home as soon as possible. Andy just messaged me asking where you are. You've got everyone worried. Oh, that fat loser. I don't need him, so you can have him. What? You can marry the fat loser I found at the marriage agency. I already told you, didn't I? He's your birthday present. Stop this at once, Tilly. You can't be serious. You do understand this means calling your wedding off at the last minute, right? How could you be so horrible to your fiancé? It's bad enough that you're insulting him like this, but to call off the wedding this late on top of it? We already sent the invites out and everyone's gonna be there. I thought he'd be easy to manipulate because he's a pushover and has lots of money. But I found someone better, so I'm done with him now. My new man is a tall, handsome doctor with big, rippling muscles and a sports car. He's the most rugged, masculine hunk I've ever laid eyes on. It just so happens me and him are currently enjoying a nice, relaxing soak in the nighttime pool, gazing into each other's eyes lovingly beneath the stars. Wow, are you for real? You have a new boyfriend already? Wait, were you cheating on him? I seriously can't believe you. You're damaged goods, which means all you're good for is my sloppy seconds. You should be grateful. You and my loser fiance both have faces like traffic accidents, so you're perfect for each other. You can marry him instead of me tomorrow. If you need a dress, don't worry. I got you covered. You can use mine. If it'll fit you, of course, you big fat pig. Oh my God, can you believe how kind I am? I even surprise myself sometimes. Jesus Christ, have you heard yourself? This is insane. Why do you think it's okay to trample on people's feelings like this? Because I'm the main character of Planet Earth, and this wedding is about me, which means if I want to cancel it, I'm well within my rights to. How about a thank you, you big ungrateful ham beast? That lardy loser is the perfect match for a high-calorie individual like yourself. I wish you eternal happiness together.
Molly, have you heard anything from Tilly?
Andy, I am so sorry to have to break this to you, but it seems like my sister doesn't want to go through with the wedding.
I see.
I'm sorry for the way she's behaving. You don't deserve to be treated like this. I have no idea why she would wait until the last minute if she was having doubts.
Don't apologize, Molly. You didn't do anything wrong. This is all my fault for being such a failure, being such a disappointment.
No, Andy, that's not true. Don't say such awful things about yourself. You didn't do anything wrong. Listen, as for how we're going to deal with this crap, if I take care of letting everyone on our side of the family know the wedding's canceled, can you take care of the rest?
Sure, of course. I'll contact the wedding hall as soon as they open, too. There's going to be a cancellation fee, but it can't be helped.
We absolutely have to make sure Tilly covers the costs for this.
Really? I'm not so sure about that.
But, Andy, this is her fault. When I first heard my sister had found someone through a marriage agency, I thought she'd finally decided to change her ways. But it looks like deep down, she's still just as rotten as she always was. This is 100% my sister's fault. I know you must feel awful right now, but please don't blame yourself, and please don't get too worked up over it.
Molly, to be honest with you, I was feeling completely crushed and doubting whether I even had the will to continue. But you just made me feel a little bit more positive about the whole situation. Thank you. Really, I mean it. You're nothing like Tilly.
Hey, Molly. How are you, you big enormous lard ass? You've got some nerve to message me after all this time. Huh? I do? Why? Did I do something wrong? Anyway, I wanted to tell you something exciting. Me and my new boyfriend moved in together. We're over the moon with joy, basking in the warmth of contentment like never before. every moment feels like a celebration filled with laughter and love and an abundance of happiness. Our hearts overflow with gratitude for the blessings that surround us, and we cherish each day as a precious gift. That's nice. The thing is, I never asked for progress reports on your love life, and I certainly don't need to hear your frickin' love poems. Wow, could you be any more bitter? Anyway, how are things going on your end, you oversized ham beast? Are things going well with that fat loser Andy? What the hell do you think you're playing at? Don't you think you at least owe Andy an apology for what you did to him? Everyone lost their heads over what you did. Mom turned into a nervous wreck, and don't even get me started on Andy. He was depressed for so long, you wouldn't believe. And then there's Dad. He lost his hair due to the stress you caused him. It's heartbreaking to see him struggling like this. What the hell? Oh, that's hilarious. Who loses their hair over a marriage? What a dweeb. I didn't want to get married, so I didn't get married. What's the problem? Am I not entitled to make my own decisions? Being as stunning and gorgeous as I am, it's hardly a surprise that I have a tendency to change my mind. How could I not when I have so many options? Are you being real right now? Of course I am. It's that tubbly wumpkin Andy's fault for choosing someone so far out of his league. Thanks to his selfishness and delusions of grandeur, he caused everyone a huge inconvenience when the wedding got canceled. Anyway, what's the problem here? I did say you could have him, right? That way the wedding would have still gone ahead and everyone would have been happy. Canceling was nothing but a waste of money. Do you have mental problems? On what planet could I possibly have married your fiancé? You're insane. As for the money, you're obviously going to be paying every last cent of it yourself. Mom and Dad covered everything at the time because the wedding company were demanding a cancellation fee, but you will be paying them back. What are you talking about? What makes you think you get to decide that, you arrogant little hoe? Were you really that disappointed with Andy? I thought you'd jump at the opportunity to marry a fat loser like him. He's just like you, after all. Interesting. Just so I know I understand, you're saying you totally don't mind if I date Andy? Is that right? Duh, of course you are. He's a grotesque, overweight pig with no redeeming qualities other than his fat wallet. Why would I want to spend my life with a dweeb like him? I thought I'd be happy with him providing for me as my personal ATM, but then he kept annoying me with crap like wanting to spend our days off together or going out for meals as a couple. He was so annoying. I changed my mind on that droopy-eyed pig within days of the engagement. I'll happily hand him over to you. Really? I can? Oh, I'm so happy. You see, it just so happens that we officially started dating after the wedding got canceled and we recently got engaged. I was actually pretty anxious about the whole thing since he used to be engaged to you, so I'm super pleased. Ew, that's so gross. Even just the thought alone of a pair of slovenly lardasses like you guys being a couple makes me want to throw up. Oh, great. I'll tell you what, since you're being so kind and supportive, I'll send you a picture of us together, okay? Get ready, we're about to take it. Oh my God, stop it. I don't need to see that. I'll lose my appetite. Not my problem. Huh? What the heck? Who the hell is that stud? And what's a fat pig like you doing with a handsome guy like him? Wait a sec. Did you hire a male stripper or something? Nope, that's Andy. Oh, don't be ridiculous. It's the worst joke I've ever heard. After spending months in deep depression, he went on a self-improvement drive to improve his self-esteem and lose some weight. He took up boxing lessons. He blamed himself for what you did, saying he was ugly and unreliable, and with that, he started going to the gym and training like a man possessed. He lost 20 kilograms in a few months. I was astonished. I've never seen anything like it. He looks like a frickin' bodybuilder now. Give me a break, you delusional loser. There's no way a dweeb like Andy could have that kind of motivation. Huh? Haven't you noticed? Take a closer look at the picture. You see those 3 moles in a triangle shape below his left eye? His eyes still have that slight droop too, right? You know, the one you always took great pleasure in making fun of him for? What? Actually, well, now that you mention it, he does kind of resemble that pig. I thought he was a cringy, droopy-eyed loser, but he looks so damn hot now with those muscles. His jaw is so chiseled, and his eyes have gone from being a curse to one of his nicest features. What's with the in-depth analysis? No, I don't believe it. There's no way a fat pig like him could ever become this handsome. Besides, there's no way a grotesque lard ass like you could ever bag yourself a handsome guy like the one in that picture. You probably edited it with AI. If we were talking about a drop-dead gorgeous beauty like myself, then sure, but you? All the money in the world couldn't find you a decent guy. Oh, hang on, I've got it. If you didn't edit that picture and it really is real, he must be after you for your money. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Andy became CEO recently. What? Andy, CEO? What the hell are you talking about? I know that porcine ham planet worked at a major global company, but he was only ever a lowly office drone. Or did he start his own company? Well, that doesn't count. Anyone can become CEO by doing that, but it doesn't mean he's rich. No, actually, he inherited his dad's company. You'll know who they are with a simple search online. Why would I go out of my way to do that? That sounds like a pain in the ass. Huh, that's funny. You seemed awfully interested just now. Hang on a sec. Are you scared? What? Me? Scared? Don't say such ridiculous things, you big greasy whale. Fine, I'll look him up. Huh? What the hell? This guy has the exact same name as Andy. Oh my god, it's the same guy from the picture you just sent. Do you really think there's another guy with Andy's exact name, the same moles on his face and the same eyes? Or is the more likely explanation that it's actually Andy? Isn't it time to stop burying your head in the sand and wake up and smell the coffee? You shut your goddamn mouth. This isn't funny. So what exactly are you saying? That I missed an opportunity to bag myself a rich, handsome CEO? Oh my god, this company, Cluckin' Bell, they're one of the biggest fast food chains in all of America. I didn't hear anything about this. Surely he would have told me about this when we went on our first dates after meeting through the marriage agency. I don't know, would he really? I only found out after we got married. It's not like he goes around announcing it with a megaphone. He told me he hates the idea of being judged on his father's merits and wants to make his own name for himself. I'm not gonna lie though, I am pleased you didn't notice. Andy's kindness, devotion, loyalty, and wicked sense of humor would have been wasted on a gold-digging lowlife like you. Hey, bitch, don't you dare speak to me like that. Why didn't you tell me about any of this when you first found out? Is it because you're jealous of my beauty? Because you're envious of how popular I always was with the boys? Huh? Why would I give you routine updates on mine and Andy's private life? Get real. Because he was my fiancé, you idiot. Sure, was being the key word here. You're the one that practically abandoned him at the altar. You didn't get married, so you're as good as strangers now. He's my husband now, and you and him have absolutely nothing to do with each other. Oh my god, this is so not fair! You've got some nerve to talk about fairness when your life philosophy consists of screwing people over based on the vicissitudes of your monetary whims, Tilly. You're less trustworthy than quicksand. This should be obvious, but neither of us ever want anything more to do with you for as long as we live, so kindly refrain from ever messaging either of us again, thanks. No, wait, you don't get to make that decision on your own. Reply to me, hey! Hey there, Andy. How have you been, sweetie?
Hi, Tilly. It's been a while.
So, listen, babe. I've been doing some thinking, and I've decided I wanted to apologize about what I did 6 months ago. To tell you the truth, I was having doubts about whether marriage was what I was really wanting, but I swear it wasn't you, it was me. I'm so sorry I canceled on you at the last minute, baby. I feel awful about what I did, and I don't ever want to hurt you like that again. Do you think maybe that we could give things another shot?
Nope. I'm married to Molly now.
So it's true then? Whatever, fine. Listen, baby, if you're really honest with yourself, don't you think I'm a much better option than my sister? She's fat and ugly, she's damaged goods, and she doesn't have a single redeeming quality.
Damaged goods? Are you talking about her right leg by any chance?
Yes, of course I am. She's been a blockhead ever since we were kids. I always knew it'd end up her getting into trouble one day, which is why I wasn't surprised when she got into an accident. She hasn't had proper use of her legs since we were in college. She can't go up and down stairs by herself, and even walking is a challenge. Surely she must be a pain in the ass to live with.
The only reason Molly got involved in a car accident was because you tried forcing her to pick up something you dropped onto the road. She didn't want to, and you couldn't handle having someone stand up to you. So you lost your temper and you pushed her in front of an oncoming car.
What the hell? How do you know about that?
Molly told me herself just after we started dating. She also told me how you insisted she jump out of her own accord when it came to explain the whole thing to your parents. So not only did you make your sister permanently disabled, but now you want to insult her too?
Are you seriously telling me you believe her lies? She's clearly just doing this to make you feel sorry for her and hate me.
Actually, unlike some, I think she's a lot more trustworthy than, I don't know, someone who tramples over the feelings of others by dumping them on the day before their wedding and running off with another man. Not naming any names, of course. We had to go around canceling and apologizing all of the guests after you pulled your little stunt. Do you have any idea how pathetic you made me feel back then? Can you even imagine it? Do you even care?
Jeez, quit being such a drama queen, would ya? I thought you were supposed to be Mr. Macho Man now. Quit your whining.
Unlike you, your sister was kind and compassionate towards me. She felt so bad she even apologized on your behalf. Molly's the kindest person I've ever met. She's caring and empathetic, and unlike you, doesn't take pleasure in hurting people. I wouldn't take you back if you were the last one in the solar system.
What is this? Putting on a brave face because your pride still isn't recovered from the massive blow I dealt it, huh?
Let's not forget your habit of calling me a fat pig at every opportunity. You knew full well I had a thyroid issue that meant I got fat even if I didn't eat anything just before we got together. I was already in my mid-30s by the time I recovered. My self-esteem was at rock bottom. I was worried that it might be getting too late for me to meet someone, so I signed up to a marriage agency in desperation.
Huh? Really?
Yes, really. Pretty sure I already told you all this. Did you forget? The bottom line is, that's all I ever was to you. A fat pig whose only redeeming quality was his wallet. And you sure as heck didn't hesitate when it came to spending my money, did you? Did you enjoy going on all those dates to fancy restaurants with Loverboy on my dime behind my back?
No, it wasn't like that.
In any case, I'm not into girls' personalities as ugly as yours.
What? Ugly? Me?
Yes, you. Also, do you have any idea how old you are? You'll be 35 soon, Tilly. Isn't it about time you stopped wearing your makeup like a teenager who just entered high school? It really, really doesn't suit you. I know you like to joke about being internally 16 and that's totally fine, but really, if you were actually as stunning and beautiful as you seem to think you are, why would you have struggled so hard to find a man that you ended up having to enlist the help of a marriage agency? If you didn't sign up to Eternal Bliss, you wouldn't have found anyone, would you? It hardly sounds like you were a hit with the guys to me. Turns out you were no better than the fat pig they set you up with, huh?
Oh my god, you're horrible. Is this any way to speak to a woman?
What? So I'm not supposed to criticize you because you're a woman? But you can say whatever the hell you like to me because I'm a man? You might be able to get away with acting like this if you were still a teenager. But have you tried looking in the mirror lately?
But if that's what you think, why did you choose me in the first place?
Because you told me you loved me and wanted to be with me forever, even when I was at my lowest point. Obviously, I made a huge mistake in not realizing you were being insincere. But still, even in spite of everything, I'm grateful we met, Tilly. Because if we didn't, I'd never have met your sister.
Oh my god.
You had better make sure you pay them back every cent they lent you for the wedding cancellation. They're at their wits' end with you already. They said if you don't pay them, they'll disown you and never speak to you again.
Oh my god, no. Stop. Wait, please. Won't you just hear me out, for God's sake?
You got some nerve to ask me that. Since when did you ever listen to anyone? Nah, that's it. We're done here.
No, please, don't do this. I'm begging you, baby. Oh, can't we just talk this through like mature, responsible adults before making hasty decisions in the heat of the moment? Don't throw away what we had. Molly, you need to convince Andy to take me back, now! Is that really something you should say to his wife? Are you mentally deranged or just stupid? Did you already forget I told you never to message either of us ever again for as long as you live? But what else am I supposed to do? Mom and Dad won't lend me any more money. You've always been a tightwad, so it's probably not even worth asking you to lend me anything, is it? Yes, well done. You're right. I'm not lending you a single cent. Let me get this straight. You've realized you can't rely on your family anymore, so you're desperately trying to cling to Andy in an attempt to win him back and pay for you to exist. How can you be so blind to the fact that you and him are done forever? There's more chance of hell freezing over than him giving you another chance. You don't know that. His feelings might change if we met up in person. Whoa. There's optimism and then there's delusion, sis. I really think it's time for you to face reality. Anyway, what happened to the hunky doctor boyfriend you dumped Andy for? Get him to pay mom and dad back for you because you're not our problem. I can't do that. I need money to give to him, not the other way around. Huh? Why? Because it costs money to open up an independent doctor's practice. It's a wife's job to help her husband fulfill his dreams, right? Besides, I have to pay the $500 monthly membership fee at the club he invited me to. Also, I have to pay for the branded suits he wears to his academic meetings with the Doctors Guild. Dating a doctor is surprisingly expensive. Wait, what? You're the one paying for all those things? Sure, of course. What's wrong with that? But don't you only do part-time temp work for a day work dispatch agency? Surely there's no way you can afford all that. Nope, not anymore. I work at a strip club to supplement the finances now. My boyfriend said I'd do it if I really loved him, so I kind of felt like I had no choice. It might not be my ideal job, but at least it means we can have a stable future together. One thing's for sure, it's not a problem someone as ugly as you could have ever had. Holy crap, are you being serious? I can't take it anymore. Stop. My sides hurt. Huh? What's so funny? He's obviously a scammer who's only married to you to rob and manipulate and exploit you for everything you have. How can you be this lacking in basic awareness? It's hard to feel sorry for such a moron. Want to know something interesting? I actually had a private investigator look into your lover after you ditched Andy. You did what? I was unsure about whether to tell you or Andy because of how sensitive the information he came up with is. Obviously, you've been a dick, so I hardly felt like lavishing outpourings of goodwill on you, but at the same time, I would have told you if you'd just apologized for what you did. I had no idea you were this much of an idiot. When is the wedding with the con man? When things settle down after he sets up his business. How much money does he say he needs to set up his business? $10 million? $10 million? What is he having built? A frickin' mansion? He's taking you for a fool, you gullible moron. You're practically a walking ATM at this point. Well, to be honest, I did think it was kinda strange. But why would he trick me? He told me he loves me. You said the same thing to Andy, but it didn't stop you betraying him. Now you're getting a taste of your own medicine. You obviously didn't think twice about destroying Andy's life. But for some reason, you don't seem to like having the same thing done to you. Isn't that strange? In any case, it looks like you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Oh, I just sent you the results of the investigation by email, so feel free to take a look. Oh my god. No. Why? Why me? What did I do to deserve this? This isn't how my life was supposed to go. Why didn't you tell me faster if you knew? If you'd have told me, I never would have... damn you! Who's the one who didn't tell Mom and Dad the truth about what happened to my leg? Go on, Tilly, remind me. That was, Oh, geez, sis, can't we just let bygones be bygones already? Yeah, you're right. To tell you the truth, I literally couldn't care less anymore. I don't even care about you enough to continue this discussion. But please, Molly, I need your help. I'm in debt, and I have no one else to rely on. You made your bed, now lie in it. You and Andy couldn't be more opposite if you tried. He dodged the bullet of his life when you ditched him the day before the wedding. You know, I was sure the guilt over what happened with my leg would be eating you up. That's why I kept quiet about it all this time. I realize I was stupid to think so now, but part of me wanted to believe you actually had a heart. When I told Mom and Dad the truth yesterday, they broke down in tears and apologized before begging me for forgiveness. Oh my god, you told them? Well, I wasn't even there to defend myself. Quit trying to paint me like I'm some kind of villain. Why? To me, you are a villain. If you want to know the truth, I think you're a vile piece of human garbage and you deserve everything that happens to you. Molly, please, I'm begging you. Isn't there some way we can make all of this go away? I feel terrible about what I did. It's simply terrible. Honestly, I don't know what came over me and made me act so stupidly. Too little, too late. Talk is cheap. You've proved time and time again exactly what kind of person you are with your actions. Andy and I are focusing on our happiness now, and you'll never be a part of that. You can go crawl in a hole and die for all I care. A low-life scumbag whore and a marriage scammer. You guys are a match made in heaven. I wish you eternal happiness together. It turns out my sister's fiancé was actually a notorious marriage scammer who'd been draining lonely women of their finances for decades. After convincing her to go into hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt to help start up his doctor's surgery, he vanished without a trace. A few weeks later, Tilly showed up on my mom and dad's doorstep in a flood of tears. They suspected sincerity at first, but realized it was all an act when she tried to get out of paying them back for the wedding cancellation. It was in that moment they realized she was truly beyond redemption, and with that, she got disowned and sent on her way. Last I hear, she's stuck in an endless loop of working ungodly hours at the strip club the black market loan shark she borrowed money from forced her to work in, to come up with the money for the debt repayments she took out to give her scammer fiancé. To be honest, I don't see any way for her to get out of this one. Not that it's my problem, she's out of my life for good now. As for me and Andy, we're currently living happily in the semi-detached house by the seaside we bought not long after the events of today's story. His schedule's been crazy hectic ever since he became CEO. They say that behind every good man is a good woman, and I intend to do my duty as a wife in supporting him as best I possibly can. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to help the channel out by liking and subscribing. Do you think Tilly got what she deserved? Let us know in the comments. We can't wait to see you again next time.